thing about YouTube. It has democratized content, distribution. I have a set of twin girls, they're 11 now, and they came across YouTube maybe from the age of 6, and that's the way they lived, with educational content, cartoons, all. But what really amazed me is a guy called Mr. Anyone know him? They were the first to introduce. And just like each and every one of us, what you have the opportunity to not just tell the African story, make some good money from it, but there is no end time. That keeps on giving. Special time. In the past, this was you're in that moment where you're 25, 30, and you're already a. There we go. No, as in your account balance, not spiritually. Any millionaires here? Don't worry, we're going to make that happen. Amen. So we mentioned that this is 3 days.
That's the prayer.
And we're about to kick off day 1. So what is day 1 exactly about? All right? Look to your table. Make sure whoever you are sitting with is back on their table so that we do not miss a thing. I mentioned at the beginning that you're going to hear from a lot of people on the stage over the next 3 days, some rewards, but the takeaway is that you need to understand the power that you have. If I gave each and every one of you a blank check and I said, put whatever number you want on the check, what number would you put on? Let me just do this very quickly. What number? You look like you spend money. What number would you put on?
The number will shock you, sir.
It doesn't even know the number.
It's like it's even shocking you because you can't even give the number. But that's how, and that's the power that you have. If I gave you a blank check, how much would you put there?
The money should be amazing.
Oh, give me a number.
Okay. 1 zillion.
1 zillion. Security. 1 zillion. Does that exist?
Sorry, no best.
All right, so let's find out what day 1 is all about. But the potential you have is the equivalent of having a blank check, ladies and gentlemen. And when you start thinking in that light, you understand the power that YouTube has given you and that you can give yourself. So let's kick off with what day 1 is all about. All right, so when you see it, you let me know. What do you think day 1 is going to be all about? For those that got the email. Anyone? Anyone? Okay, let me get my clicker on very quickly. So, technicality is a very key thing, all right? Technicality. With everything that we do, there is a structure to it, there is a process to it, and you need to understand that. Day 2 is going to be about content creation maximized. Say that again. I need it louder. For those of you jotting down, don't worry, we have the slides. Don't do what they taught us in school. Pay attention to what we're saying. Everything you need is online, all right? The jotters are there, but pay attention and let everything we say soak in. Everyone say soak in. Louder. Soak in. All right, so day 2 is that's tomorrow. And day 3, what we're going to be doing? What we're going to be doing? Say that again. Say it like you mean it. Is it agege bread?
No.
Is it sliced bread?
No.
What bread are we talking about? What bread? And you're going to give it to me?
No.
Wow, guys. After all we've been through since 10 a.m. All right, so this is an overview of everything that we're going to be looking at this morning. What you have here is a spread, and we're going to stick to time as much as possible. But I need you to understand that one of the top things we're going to be talking about is the algorithm. Say the algorithm. Say the algorithm. Now, Nigerianize it, the algorithm. It sounds like a big word, but it's actually very simple, and we're going to make it even simpler. We also have the YouTube ecosystem. Say the YouTube ecosystem. Now, the YouTube ecosystem is where you exist, but the question is, how do you exist in this ecosystem? What is your relationship with the YouTube ecosystem? It's not just about opening a channel. Anyone can do that. But how can you move from 0 subscribers to 1,000 to 10,000 to 200,000 subscribers? And how can you make that bread? We're going to also take a look at distribution strategies. So you open the YouTube, you understand the algorithm, you get the ecosystem. How do you move your content around? Who do you collaborate with? How do you collaborate? We're going to take a look at that. Now, this particular one is of interest to me. It's about copyrights, all right? You see copyrights management there? Who's going to be taking that? Let me know if you're paying attention. Who's taking copyrights? Who's taking it? Davido. Some of you are putting Yoruba in Davido. Yeah, so copyrights management is very important for many reasons. A number of you unknowingly put up some content that belongs to someone else, and YouTube does what? What do? They take it down. So we want to make sure they don't take us down. Tell the person next to you, they ain't taking me down.
They ain't take you down.
Because I got bread.
Because I have no bread.
Yeah, I can get one. All right. And of course, last but not the least is the Q&A, where we're going to give you that time to ask questions. So during the course of this presentation, during the course of day 1, day 2, day 3, if there are any particular questions that really hit home, put it down in your notes, and if the opportunity comes, you get to ask that. Please, for the Q&As, house rule, I've attended a lot of events, I've hosted a lot of events. When we say ask a question, what does that mean? How many questions? You do not give us the history of how you set up your YouTube channel, and how it was pulled down, and how you resurrected it. Your name, your channel, and your question. Say that again. One more time. And if anybody does not do this, what should we do to the person? Think about that. We'll get back to that. All right, so that is day 1 roundup. Day 2 is equally special, but we'll talk about that at the end of day 1. But I can tell you for free, there are giveaways. There's a game coming up. If you know Cahoots, you know Cahoots? You're familiar with Cahoots? Let me see your hands up. All right, we'll have some special giveaways. But it's a great pleasure that I have to introduce this gentleman. He's a great guy, fun guy. He's a genius. He's funny. He is playful. He's in a lot of money. He's the CEO of Special Effects Media South Africa. Make some noise for Danilo!
Everything you said was true except for the bread. I have no bread and nothing to share with Oscar. For you, I will share the bread, not him. Okay, clear? Is that fine? Ladies and gents, it is such an honor to be here. I am very, very excited to be with you all this morning. I'm from South Africa, and we're very, very passionate about this continent as a company. We're called Special Effects Media South Africa, and our reason for being is to nurture Africa's creative voice. And every single one of you sitting in this room today is an African voice that is ready to be exported to the rest of the world. And throughout the course of the next 3 days, we're going to show you exactly how to do that here. So my topic for today is to give you a quick overview of the YouTube ecosystem. This might not seem like a very technical section of what we're going to cover, but it's very important as a business person for me to also understand economics and understand the system that we find ourselves in and how do we play to that system. Now the YouTube ecosystem is broken up into a couple of parts, all right? The main parts we will discuss in a bit, but before I get there, when I was speaking to a lot of our creators and filmmakers in the industry, I realized there were a lot of challenges for filmmakers, particularly in Nollywood, and so I'd like to get a few of those. I know there's some microphones on the side that will make their way through to you, or just shout at me, I hope you can hear. But raise your hand if you're a filmmaker here. Right, good stuff. Can you just tell me, sir, what are some of the challenges that you face as a filmmaker in this industry right now? Seen. So you say it's to be able to be seen? Did I get money? Money making. Okay, do we agree? Is everyone struggling to reach people, like to get people to see your stuff? Cool. Anything else that's come to mind by raising hand? Yes, sir? Distribution, is it too expensive? Just hard to access? Okay, so getting people to see your stuff through distribution. What else? Anyone else have any others? Piracy. Good one. You saw that on the slide, didn't you? Good stuff. Right, so we're on the same page. As YouTube, we totally understand the world that you're in as a digital creator. And there are some challenges that filmmakers face today. Some of them are on your screen now. Access to distribution channels, piracy, costs, reach, data analytics, monetization, all of this we're going to teach today and over the next 2 days and help you make sure that you can build better communities, reach more people, and make more money through YouTube, really. So just a note that obviously the access to traditional distribution channels is very expensive, it's very time consuming. I know that Oscar was saying that you perhaps are uploading illegal stuff, but that's not the point. People are uploading your films, they're taking your content and uploading it. And that means that you're going to lose revenue and lose opportunities to get the bread. And so we're going to show you how YouTube is going to help you manage those copyrights as filmmakers and make more money ultimately. So YouTube is the perfect platform for filmmakers to be able to reach people at a global scale. Who knows Tyler? Tyler? Yeah, the musician Tyler. Tyler is one of South Africa's greatest exports. Who knows Trevor Noah? Right. South Africa's greatest exports. People from all over the world are looking to you and I to find out what's new, what's trending. Africa is on the spotlight. We're celebrating Africa Month because people want to see stories from Africa. We're bored of the stories coming from other parts of the world, and we want to see that which is unique and different and exciting, and we hold it here. So now is the time for African filmmakers to get their stories out into the world. But in order to do so, we need to understand that YouTube is an ecosystem. In order to understand this ecosystem, there really are 3 key players. There are creators who make content, there are users who watch content, and there are advertisers and brands who want to speak to the users who watch creators. Okay? And so over the next 3 days, we're going to cover how each of these 3 key players you can play into as a creator and ensure that you understand the economics. What are brands thinking? So for example, if you look at the screen over here, the user is looking to be educated and entertained. How are you going to educate and entertain viewers and users? Creators are trying to create content. You are a creator. You make stories. You want to get those stories to the users. We'll show you the algorithm, show you what the platform looks for, show you what viewers are looking for, so that you can make sure that your content is tailored to attract the most number of users possible to your channel when there's lots of competition. And then last but not least, there's obviously the advertisers who want to appear on content that is high quality with really engaged audiences so that their brands can grow their business in markets. There's a slightly expanded ecosystem. You're welcome to take a photo of it if you want to, but we will obviously make sure this all comes to you. But there's 2 extra additions to your world in the ecosystem, right? There are copyright holders, so not actually a creator of content themselves. They don't own a channel, they don't manage a channel, they don't distribute through YouTube, but they have rights to films, they have rights to series. Those rights need to be managed, and YouTube can help them manage those rights. Perhaps you're in the room today, you don't want to be in the camera, you don't want to post it on a YouTube channel, but you do have content that you want YouTube to protect for you. You can engage the platform that way. And then a company like ours is called a YouTube Creator Service Provider. Creator Service Providers have special technology, things like Content ID, which can assist creators to protect their rights on platform, but beyond that, help creators grow, work with brands, and get to make more money from the platform. Okay, I'd quickly like to play a welcome video from one of my colleagues. She's back in South Africa. She was meant to be here today, but through a number of other logistical reasons she couldn't. She wanted to greet you, but she also particularly wanted to share some insights as to what the users on YouTube in your territory in Nigeria right now are looking for on YouTube, to show you that you are the center of attention right now in Nigeria. Let's play the video from Victoria.
Today, everyone. I am Oyindamola Victoria Oyewale, originally from Ibadan State, Omo Ibadan Kibishoe. I am incredibly honored to be part of this amazing project on YouTube. I currently work as a partner manager at Special Events Media, and part of my role includes being a YouTube specialist for brands who are trying to grow their presence in the digital world. I would have loved to be there in person, but for now, you need to accept my presence in the spirit, and I am definitely looking forward to the next event. Let's get down to business. Now that we understand how the YouTube ecosystem works, I conducted a Google Trends search to check what terms are coming from viewers on YouTube in Lagos over the past 12 months, and the top rising queries are Yoruba Movie 2024, latest Yoruba Movie 2024, Treasure in the Sky, Chiki movies, Jagu Jagu. Part of the top 5 search topics were Jagu Jagu, The Tribe Called Judah, and Game Show. The interest in the various topics and terms are on the rise and will continue to grow with more movie options offered on YouTube. In Nigeria as a whole, the top 5 queries are latest Yoruba movies, Treasure in the Sky, Chike movies, Jagu Jagu, and Gideon Sarita. With that said, your viewers are on YouTube and they are looking for movies and they want to enjoy them. But I really hope that you find this insightful. Thank you so much. I hope that you continue to find the rest of the events lovely, and I hope that you will meet you.
She will be with us at the next event, I'm very, very sure. But she touched on something very important. In the ecosystem of YouTube, there are users, there are creators, and there are advertisers and brands. You're the creators. What are users looking for on platform? Globally, as of April last year, from data, globally, the top search terms on YouTube, or what people are looking for on YouTube, are movies. As you can see the movies on there, cartoons, dance, DJ music songs, video generally. Movie makes another phrase here, 17%, and music. So movies and music are two of the biggest categories in terms of audience demand on platform. So for filmmakers and musicians in Nigeria, now is the time to start capitalizing. People are looking for your content. How do we get them to discover you? And the rest of the sessions we'll cover today, we will be able to cover with you as well. So let's talk a bit more about why YouTube is so great as a platform. First and foremost, global reach. There are 2 billion monthly active users on YouTube in the world. We as Africans start to think a little bit too small. We keep ourselves in our boundaries and know that only we're interested in our stuff. The world is interested in our stuff. 2 billion people are interested in our stories. How do we reach those 2 billion people? YouTube is a public platform, it's free to you to be able to use. So we really do need to, as filmmakers, realize that we want to showcase our work to the world. It's cost effective, it's free to create a YouTube channel, it's free to post your videos. No other distribution channel has that for you. The third one is the monetization opportunities. You've got many alternative revenue streams through your YouTube channel. Ad revenue, all your supers, fan funding, all of that stuff makes a big part of your ability to earn revenue. That's coming in day 3. So day 3 is the day you really want to be your most awake and make sure you got your pens and paper. It's all about the money in day 3. Fourthly, we've got our audience engagement. Lots of opportunities to engage and build a community on the platform. We can protect your copyrights. I know a lot of creators here today, and my session later on copyrights will cover this. Who here has ever seen your content uploaded by somebody else on another social platform that you did not give them rights to upload? Okay, I'm seeing some hands. This is a common problem we're facing. YouTube has got an incredibly mature opportunity for you to manage your rights on platform. And lastly, most traditional distribution channels don't give you analytics. You will know how your audience feels and how your work is doing based on those analytics themselves. So I really do encourage you to engage the platform as best as possible, to really think about how you're going to engage today and over the next 2 days. We are here, speak to us, engage, ask questions, be part of the Q&A. We would really, really love to be able to hear from you. My colleague is going to be coming up next. Her name is Raisa Dorat. She's going to start off a session for us on distribution strategies on YouTube. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gents.
Hello everybody, thank you for being here today. I heard in the conversation that one of the challenges you are facing as filmmakers is distribution and how to strategize your content. So today I'm going to be walking you through all of that. Let's get into it. Okay. So as an intro to the topic, I want to ask the room a question. As Nigerian creatives and filmmakers, what do you believe is the biggest difference between YouTube versus other streaming platforms? Any ideas? I'm gonna have to pick on people if I don't get any ideas. Come on, I know you know it. Yes, gentlemen. Easy access. Okay, cool. Do we have another thought or idea?
Yes.
Yes.
Agents.
So-
Agents.
Yes, exactly. Correct. Amazing. So looking at the differences, YouTube, the creators are at the core of the platform. They steer the platform, they move the platform forward with their content creation. And as filmmakers, YouTube is your go-to for content. You have the platform to experiment, to change it up, to explore. So keep that in mind for the rest of this workshop and this session. The second one is frequency and consistency. Frequency refers to how often you upload your content as creatives, and consistency is maintaining that frequency. And the last but not least is monetization. YouTube wants to reward you for all your hard work, so this is the platform for that. Some differences to other streaming platforms are limited content types. Unfortunately, you can't find all the content under the sun on other streaming platforms as you can on YouTube. The second one is strictly subscription-based. You're gonna have to pay a fee in order to access other streaming platforms, whereas on YouTube, you can access it for free. And last but not least, professional content only. Your mobile phone is not gonna cut it. This is gonna show you an example of a creator who is really using these 3 bespoke characteristics on YouTube very well.
Where you go? Where's my phone? My phone. Where is my phone?
Also was actually a story that came as a brief from an advertising agency who wanted to do a film that captures age 15 to 45, in Nigeria. And I think they got the brief from a multinational company, a telecom company. They're looking to do a film that can have most of their product placed, and still, come out with good entertainment value. We submitted our story. Fortunately, we were selected, among the 10 people who actually pitched for the job. And when it was time to progress, we gave them a budget, and I think they said they were looking for something of that standard. So for like a year, I kept the script to myself because since they were interested, I kept it. And when it was time, after the whole success of Figure Eight, I said, okay, let me do something.
Okay, amazing. Does anyone know this creator and this film? Have you heard of it? Have you seen it? Amazing, I'm so glad to hear. So why I love this creative is because this is a typical example of a creator using UGC style content. In this video that you just saw, the creator unpacks behind the scenes of the film that he created and gives you more insight into what went into every scene. So please keep that in mind when creating for YouTube specifically. The second one is consistency. This creator is consistently uploading content on their channel and really shares diversity of content through their consistency, whether it's trailers, upcoming films, vlogs, documents, how the filmmaking process goes, you name it, you can find it. And last but not least, monetization. Through various different platform features, this creator is able to access monetization, which we will be getting into detail in Workshop 3, so make sure you are here for Workshop 3. But when we bring the two streaming worlds together, what do we get? Number one, we get personalization. There is nothing more comforting as a human being than hearing your name in a room full of people or having a shout out in a live chat with millions of other audience members. Personalization is really key on these platforms. The second one is binge watching culture. These platforms really encourage binge watching culture for their audiences, as the long format videos encourage users to sit down and watch it all at once. And last but not least, global audiences. These platforms are your key to tap into people that you will probably never meet in your life, but you'll find them online. Okay, now that you have what the different platforms are, what they do, how they're different, let's talk about some YouTube formats that you can leverage as a creative, but please keep in mind, you should be thinking about these formats in collaboration with other creatives. So a really great mix to diversify your content. Long format videos is the go-to landscape, ranging from anything between 5 minutes to 3 hours. This is how you showcase your work as a filmmaker and really indulge your audience into your creative mindset. Shorts, 59 seconds or less, portrait is all you know, and really created for short form, catchy, easy content. Live streams and premieres. Live streaming as a filmmaker, you can broadcast a video in real time with you being in the comment section with your audience members, and premieres deleting a pre-recorded video for your audiences. And last but not least, don't forget about the community tab. It's really an awesome feature to tap into to show your audiences beyond video. Show them something different, keep them in the loop, keep them engaged, tell them what's coming. Okay, now moving on to mobile shorts. So, first question is, if something were to happen in front of us right now, what is the first thing you would take out to capture that moment? Is it your laptop? Is it your camera? Is it a notebook? Is it a phone? I would love to hear. Phone, exactly. We as human beings will pull out our phone first. And this introduces the next topic around mobile shorts. Okay, I think we're having a little bit of a technical issue. We'll be up and running shortly.